So just a quick video on wheel balancing here. I'm getting the 4 Summers with the new painted rims ready for the Mark IV Jetta. I'm just using my grandpa's wheel balancing machine here. So obviously this has got the codes from the last one I did on it, but when you turn the machine on, you got to set the rim diameter, which will be the first number, comes up here. The width you measure with some kind of a tool like that and read the numbers off of it, which is your B value. And then there's a little retractable finger here that you pull out and you put it right against, just inside the outer lip here against there, and hold it until the machine reads it, and that will do the offset A value, which will fill in on the left. And then once you've got that set, you can put the wheel on. Use some of these cone adapters. We use the big one for the actual centering of the rim, and then another one behind that to not have quite so much thread sticking out. So I'm going to put that on here. And it's very important to make sure as you're tightening up the nut here, as you're tightening up this nut, you with your other hand make sure that the rim is actually flat against the back and the cone is bottomed. Snug that up, and then now we're ready for the first spin. So that is showing, wait for it to finish, that is showing that it wants 1 ounce on the outside and a 1/2 ounce on the inside. The first one I did was 1.5 on the inside and 1/2 on the outside. So pick the weights here. So we need 1/2, one of these guys. It should have a decimal point on there, but that is a 0.5. And a 1, which would be this one here. Here, 1.0. So the fun part is you have to rotate around until those 5 blocks beside the 0.5 there. You got to go back and forth until you can find what you think is the middle between that one and that one. So there's not a whole lot of distance in there, and you just go back and forth a few times until you've got what you think is the middle. You take your 0.5, and then you're going to stand right above the shaft looking on the inside, and you're just trying to line up your weight exactly with the shaft to make sure that you're at the top. And then I'm just going to grab the hammer here, and you just want the camera to flip back here. You just want to get the corner to grab so that it'll stay for a spin cycle. And then now our 1.0 there on the outside. Try and get it as close to the middle as you can. Like that. And then I always stand on the outside here. And then you're trying to, same as on the inside, eyeball the weight as close to the center of the shaft at the top as you can. Again, just give it a little tap with the hammer. Like that. Get one corner on just so that it'll stay there when it spins. And then now you're ready to do another cycle here. So that's showing good and good, but if you want to be super fussy, you push and hold the fine button here for a fine adjustment. And I mean, that's pretty insignificant, 0.1 ounces on the outside more and 0.2 on the inside. Most shops, if you take your wheels in to get balanced, or if you have them do your tires, they're going to stop with it good. They're not even going to bother looking at what it shows here. So the last thing to do is just to hammer the weights on all the way while it's still on the machine. So I'm going to do that. So those are on there all the way now. And so the last thing, just for good measure, is to give it one more spin and make sure that your numbers didn't change drastically. So still showing good and good. Wait for it to finish. If you interrupt it while it's still turning even slow, it'll screw it up. So once it's done making its noise, then you push the fine. Exactly the same, which is what it should be. So this wheel is ready for the road. If you end up with some really big weights, like a 1.5 or like these things, I think are 3.0, you got to make sure the tails are hit down or it'll cause misbalance.